So Arsenal have put a bid in for Noni Madueke for a total of 50 million Great British pounds. And yeah, you know, let's get into it. Let's talk a bit about it. And let's get some thoughts out about Noni to Arsenal. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you may be in the world today, I hope it is a great day. I actually hope it's a much better day than what I'm having because I had the unfortunate pleasure, I hope that makes sense, of having to read that Arsenal are actually very close to signing Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Now, look, I made a promise to myself that I wasn't gonna go overboard this transfer window. I wasn't gonna get angry. I wasn't gonna F and blind. I wasn't gonna shout from the rooftops or anything like that. Because look, it's Berta's first season with us, well, first transfer window with Arsenal. You know, I expect a lot to get done, but I do expect there to be a lot of blips, bumpy roads. Yeah. And I don't expect him to get everything right within one transfer window. I think anyone that does, it's a very unrealistic expectation, and that puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on Berta. That would essentially be setting him up for failure. But one thing that I will not do is lie to all of you wonderful people that support me on YouTube and other socials. I do not want Noni Madueke. And I guess there's the argument of, hey, what do I know? I'm an armchair fan. I just comment on football. I'm not involved in football. Yada yada yada. There is that argument. But I genuinely don't understand the deal. Like it's a deal that I just honestly cannot wrap my head around. I have no clue why Arsenal Football Club would be willing to part with 50 million Great British pounds for Noni Madueke. So, you could say, well, we need a backup for Saka, which we do. We definitely need a backup for Saka. I like Wanyeri on the right, but it seems like his pathway is more central, which I'm also happy with. I'm his original, as far as I'm aware, his original position was centrally, and he was only doing a job out on right wing because Saka was injured. I agree. We definitely need a backup right winger. Cool. But I don't think that we need to spend £50 million on one, and especially not Noni Madueke. Especially not Noni Madueke. I don't think he's done anything in his career to justify Arsenal spending £50 million. It doesn't even matter where he's from. The Chelsea thing, it doesn't. I don't care. I'll be so honest. Like a lot of Arsenal fans are kind of using this narrative to push their agenda of this being a good deal. So a lot of them are saying online. Some have even said to me, "Oh, um, the only reason that Arsenal fans don't like Noni Madueke is because he's from Chelsea and we've got PTSD from signing players from No, it is not that. It's because he's not of the levels. Uh, Personally, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. Hey, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that everything that I say is right. I'm not saying that if Arsenal sign him, he's going to come in and like immediately be bad and will be bad for the entire time that he's here. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when you have high ambitions, yeah, high ambitions, and you want to go and I guess really push on and win trophies because we haven't been able to win trophies. We're going into our sixth season now. But when it comes to a major, I think we're going into our 22nd season? 22 seasons without winning a major. At Arsenal, Noni Madueke is not the answer. But we do need a backup. And look, if we were signing Noni Madueke for, I don't know, 20 million, I'd have no problems. My issue, I guess, my overall issue, aside from the fact that I don't like the way he plays football, but we'll put that one to one side because that's very subjective, and there's going to be loads of fans out there in the world that do. Spending 50 million Great British pounds on somebody that I don't think is of the levels, that is the problem. Because that 50 M's could have been used elsewhere. It could have been used elsewhere. I'm not the greatest with finances, yeah, but I can promise you that 50 M's could have been used better elsewhere. Like, for example, as of recording, yeah, because I could drop this and then immediately the whole landscape's changed. We're kind of off the mark, apparently, with Gyökeres Sporting by like 5 million. I mean, if we wasn't giving 50 million to Chelsea, then there's 5 million there to give to the Gyökeres deal over the line, which I still think that we'll do. But I'm just using it as an example of how money can be used a lot better than what it is. So, look, obviously big up Romano, but this is the reason. This is the brother that had to release the pain to me. Yeah. So he says exclusive. Arsenal have submitted initial bid for Noni Madueke around £50 million package, add-ons included. Cool. So total is 50 M's. Chelsea want more than 50 M's fixed as Alanga / similar deals remain their reference. Good relationship between clubs as talks continue. Madueke agree terms with Arsenal. Of course, we have good relationships with Chelsea. We're always saving them and allowing them to buy better players. Now, one thing I want to talk about this kind of Chelsea using Elanga and similar deals as reference. Yeah, I don't think they can do that because look, I looked into some of the stats and look, stats don't tell everything, but I feel like they're very, very relevant here. So last season, you know, Elanga played 38 games, Madueke played 32. Elanga had 31 starts, Madueke had 27. 2,501 minutes for Elanga, 2,033 for Madueke. So now Elanga got 6 goals. Madueke got 7. But Elanga got 11 assists. Madueke got 3. Pause. We're going to pause here. So already, Elanga is actually doing what a winger should be doing. Yeah? Which is creating. And the evidence is there in the fact that he got 11 assists. Madueke only got 3. So now I'm needing a winger to come in to help create for Gyökeres, for example. Now, Saka, he gets loads of assists. Martinelli, Trossard, it's meaty. But Madueke is just as meaty, if not worse, when it comes to providing for a striker. And let's not be fooled. Chelsea scored a lot of goals last season. So it's not like Chelsea weren't scoring. It's not like the opportunity wasn't there for him to get assists. But to get 3 assists from 32 matches, that's bad. So, cool. So you want a similar amount because you're using Elanga as reference. But Elanga outperformed Noni Madueke last season. Cool. Now, the only other thing that I want to look at, yeah, and to me this is quite glaring, yeah. So, like I said, 6 goals for Madueke, 7 goals for... 6 goals for Elanga, 7 goals for Madueke, yeah? But Elanga only had 44 shots. Madueke had 80. So for him to have 36 more shots but only score 1 more goal is dark. That's dark. From 44 shots, Elanga had 24 on target. From 80 shots, Madueke had 30 on target. That means 50 shots was off target. but you're using Alanga as a reference for this deal. Crazy. Crazy. And I'm going to caveat all of that with Alanga played for Nottingham Forest and Madueke played for Chelsea. Chelsea finished fourth and Nottingham Forest finished seventh. If I'm correct, I think. Yeah. Nottingham Forest punched well above their weight. Chelsea. I'm just saying, the numbers don't number in it. So I don't know how Chelsea are trying to use Elanga as a reference when Elanga clearly outperformed Madueke last season. I'm not looking at it like, raw, maybe Arsenal should have gone for Elanga instead. But look, hey, it is what it is. People, I'm not happy about this one, but also you guys know me. I'm not the type of guy that, you know, gonna rant and rave and scream and F and blind and make everything about it. You know, we're not always gonna get what we want as football fans. It's just never gonna happen. I just hope that maybe this deal breaks down, and if he does come in, then look, hey, I'll support him because once you wear the Arsenal kit, you wear the badge, you're committed to the club. I'll support you, but I will be demanding a lot better than whatever it was you did last season. So look, people, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about this Madueke deal. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you glad? Do you wish it was just a nightmare and you wake up and then you realise, oh, Arsenal haven't actually bid anything for Madueke? Let me know and I'll catch you next time.